Who lives the life? Welcome back in the Live It, Lead It podcast, the brand new cast for business leaders, not only in IT, who want to achieve more in less time. If you're a leader in IT or you want to become one very soon, this is your program. If you're a business leader and want to grow personally, this is your program. If you want to improve your own performance and simply live a better life, then this is your program. Greetings from Europe to the successful people in the world. I'm your host, Olaf Kapinski. The name of this podcast is Live It, Lead It, and yes, it has an IT background. Well, I have an IT background, so the podcast is aiming a little bit for the IT folks, but it's about life in general. Calling it Lead It aims for my desired audience, but Live It aims for everybody. So, who lives life? That's the topic of the episode for today, and this refers a little bit more onto the Live It part of the headline. Basics. First things first. I believe I only have one life on this planet. If you disagree, fast forward, then this episode doesn't have any input for you. But most people believe that there is only one life, that we have only one life here. I don't believe in reincarnation, and I do not touch religious ground here. I don't believe in reincarnation, and I do not touch religious ground here. I need the thesis for what's coming for this episode, because even if you believe in reincarnation, well, I believe even this life shall fulfill a purpose. And now, my answer to the question, why are we here? This is important now. Why are we here? To have fun. Ooh, and I know this is the third episode of this podcast. You don't know me yet. Believe me, this I mean it like that, and I have evidence. My German podcast is aiming for the 200th episode now, and this is my main statement. Why are we here? Because we want to have fun. And I know if you are not used to those thinking, then it's you're upset and like, what is he talking about? Here's where I'm coming at from. Lots of people tell me I am here to help others, to serve. And when I get that, I completely get that. And when you then look to those people and observe them, why they help, why they take care. You know, a mother, why is the mothers very, very often set the well-being of the kids in the priorities, even in front of their own. Well, and then you can see that the kids grow and the mother suffers. But in the beginning, it's a natural thing. I get it completely. And what makes it that people want to help others? It makes them feel better than if they would have not helped the others. We have a big bunch of volunteer organizations in Germany. Volunteer organizations like Red Cross and the like, helping and medical helping organizations. People are there and voluntarily learn stuff to help others. Why are they doing that? Yes, it's for a better good. Just don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this is the wrong thing. What I'm saying is the main driver is that the people feel better with it. They can help, and I've been there long enough, we can drive fast cars through the middle of the city with flashlights on. So it's all is nice and good. If we assume for a second that the assumption works that the meaning of life for each and every one of us is have as much fun as possible. And I'm not reducing that statement now. I know there is people out there who have scary brains and scary minds. Yes, so be it. But for people who listen to podcasts and for people who listen to leadership podcasts, I can say to everybody who listens to that, our meaning of life is, if we agree to that or not, have as much fun as possible. We will ride that horse for a while, not now, but I will come back to the topic again and again and again. So, why do I make such a brave statement? To sketch out the opposite. Do you agree with me that the meaning of life is having fun? That's not my point at the moment. Assume there is a meaning of life and then look around you how the people live their lives. Yes, I understand. In the, let's say, what the world calls the Western civilizations, North America and Western Europe, we have everything. And I really mean it. I know this is maybe heard around the globe, and I hope it's heard around the globe. And I know how it is. At the moment I live in Budapest, which is very east side of West Europe. And here we have enough really poor people. So I get that. I get all of that. But looking at the people who have enough food and who have shelter, even them, I cannot see that the majority of them live a life that is really, really joyful. Lots of people create their own hell because why? Because their parents did the same and because their friends do the same. When I say our meaning, the meaning of life for us is to have as much fun as possible, then I say it because I see so many people not doing that, even if they could. They just get aggressive with the kids, they just kick the dog, and they just shout at the wife. What? That's not what I'm talking about. I talk about a joyful life. I talk about a life, and that's important, that ends. There is this famous saying that death gives life meaning. Gary Vee was asked once, can you motivate me? And he just turned around and looked her in the eyes and said, you will die. And that's it. So many people live their lives as if they have a second life in their closet, waiting for the next try. My belief is we have only this one life, and my belief is this is our life. We can do with it whatever we want. And I know that's not completely true in some parts of the world, but in the main parts of the world, this is true, and I'm so happy that it becomes more and more and more true. So if we are at the point that we can agree to that statement, that we want to live a joyful life, and joyful is not my definition. Joyful is your definition. I want that you live a life that you like. Going back to the mother that I've stated, I don't want that a mother sacrifices her complete life for some kids who then move away and don't only call them back when they run out of money. That's not what I'm talking about. I want that a mother, that everybody finds the right balance between the duties that she or he has, especially when it comes to family, either young kids or helping old parents, and the own life. I see no meaning at all in complete sacrificing yourself onto some duty. That is meaningless. I know. There is enough cultures out there who expect, especially from females, that they sacrifice themselves completely for families and then the parents and, ooh, you female, you had fun. In my world, this is complete garbage. I see no difference between male and female. Well, I'm not blind and I like females. And they, in my eyes, they look more attractive than all men. But to me, there is no difference in the meaning of life. It's human beings. And if you now switch off because you don't treat females as human beings, then please switch off, delete my podcast. I don't want to hear you anymore. Or I don't want that you listen to me anymore because I repeat those things. So I want that everybody has fun. And helping others, as I said, is fun. And stay it, okay, not always, but keep it in general on a level that it is fun, that it makes you happy, that it makes you smile. Make your whole life in a way that it makes you smile. Don't burn your life only because somebody told you. If your husband is a jerk, get divorced or solve the problem in anyways. If you, as Mr. Husband, behave like a jerk, don't be a jerk only because of all of your friends are jerks as well. Remember the word love? Okay, I don't go there. So, assuming that you really want to have a joyful life, if you really want to have a life that you can be proud on, really you can be proud on, not the tribe around you, you can be proud on. You can say, once the day comes, well, that was worth it. This is what I want to achieve. This is what the live it part stands for. I want that you live your life, that you enjoy your life. Does that require some change? Yeah, that's the downside of things. You will hear me talking a lot of change. This love it, leave it, change it part. Lots of people just try to love it. It doesn't work. They don't leave it, and then they become frustrated and nothing works. And then I ask them, why do I change it? No, I can't change it. And then, those things. My father worked here. We are married so long. What would my family say? My saying is, screw it all. This is your life. And then we see people acting. And this is, I think, the Germans are famous for our highways, Autobahn. If you haven't heard about it, which I can't believe, we can drive as fast as we want there. There is no speed limit. This is what everybody believes. The real world is half of the highways are speed limited anyway. But there are still some ways where you can really let it fly. This is so cool. 250, go for it. Kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. So, and we Germans, we are. Everybody is a grand teacher. All the other car drivers drive like shit. Only me. I'm the perfect driver. I do not make mistakes by definition and by my born right. This is maybe how we treat it. And this is the funny part. The sad part starts when you see them becoming aggressive. Becoming aggressive means the majority of highways are completely full. And you have traffic jam after traffic jam. And then, there is people behave as they behave. Does the person just looked at the back when he changed lanes? Yeah, maybe not. So the other need to brake a little. Hoo-hoo. Better don't do that in Germany. I know that the Americans have the gun racks in their trucks, so maybe there it's a bit worth. But in Germany, okay, we can't harm anybody because we are civilized enough to not have weapons in the cars. You can see the people getting angry. They take those things serious. There is those two trucks and the one truck bypasses the other. So he just puts the index and goes to the left lane and the car needs to brake because the truck came out. They get angry. And I really mean it. They get angry. They call their friends. What asshole, this Polish truck driver who just took my... They take those things serious in terms of they take it personal. I told you about speed limits, and I hear so many people who are just really getting angry when they get a speed ticket. And when you get a speed ticket in Germany, then you really pushed it hard. There's a 10% tolerance, and then there's another somewhat tolerance, and then the first tickets are kind of cheap. And yeah, I know what I say. They are kind of cheap. So if somebody gets a speed ticket that has a real serious amount on it, then she or he really pushed it hard. And then they just get upset. My question is, okay. How do you want to feel? I'm angry now. Okay, why are you angry now? Isn't that obvious? Because this piece of paper said it. Okay, a piece of paper can make you angry. Then I just take a second piece of paper and make a smiley on it. Does that make you happy? It doesn't work. It usually doesn't work. So my point is, and I'm not going onto the completely world disconnected idea. Maybe it's a Buddhistic idea. I sit as a monk in my monastery somewhere on the top of a big mountain and I'm just meditating the whole day. No. That's not where I'm going at. But I ask for a bit more relaxation. I really ask a bit more relaxed. If you get angry, your bloody speed ticket is not getting paid. Anger doesn't pay anything. Anger is not sexy, is not attractive. Anger hurts one person on the planet. and that's yourself. How stupid is that? So have a look on. Where is your inner feelings? Where is your own mood impacted, negatively impacted by the outside world? And I really mean it. Go into it. Your husband behaved interestingly. Your wife behaved interestingly. And I know the last 20 years you became angry when she or he did this. Don't do it. There is usually no connection between it. You hurt only one person on the planet when you become angry, and that is yourself. And my question is, what is your meaning of life? If your meaning of life is become angry as often as possible and stay in an angry mood, okay, go for it. Not my world. Don't come here. Let's not talk to each other, because this is not the right way. I understand that there is always stuff that really affects you that hard that you cannot disconnect yourself, or you do not want to disconnect yourself from it. I talk about, life tragedies. I talk about life tragedies. I get it. But on average, a red traffic light shall not have to make you angry. Your boss doesn't salute you. Well, his problem. He's the uneducated person in the room, not you. The coffee is empty and someone else took the last coffee. Man, come on. Have an open eye. And it's kind of, I don't want to say it's complicated, but the good people are there and the majority of people is not. And I want to take this podcast as a little piece to just bring you on the right path. There is no connection between the outside world and your own feelings. We will talk about that in later on episodes. Have an eye on what in the outside world made you angry. I don't care about the why. Don't analyze the why. And decide against that. I need you in a good mood. I need you in a positive mood. When you're angry, you can't learn. When you're angry, you are not nice to people. When you're not nice to people, you are a shitty leader. This is a leadership podcast. I want that you are the nice person that the people can go to, that the people listen to, that can talk to the people. Nobody listens to the angry fart who's there, who doesn't talk the whole week, and when she or he comes out of their office and talks to them, then it's usually blaming someone. This is not leaders. By the way, I share a last secret with you. Everybody thinks leading is the active part. It's garbage. Following is the active part. If you lead and nobody follows, you're just only walking alone. That's a good finish for this episode. Just click fast, click forward. Next episode is coming. Have a good one. Wish you a very great week and stay tuned. This is Olaf. Bye.